Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone who's taken their wonderful time into checking out our product training today. എപ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ തുടങ്ങുന്നതിന് മുമ്പേ നമ്മൾ ദൈവത്തിനോട് നന്ദി പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് കാരണം ഈ ഒരു അവസരം നമുക്ക് 37 മില്യൺ മെമ്പേഴ്സിന് ഈ ഒരു അവസരം നമുക്ക് ലോകമെമ്പാടും ഇരുട്ടിക്കൂടെ പോകുമ്പം കിട്ടിക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്ന അവസരമായിരുന്നു. അതുകൊണ്ട് let's take a quick moment to thank the Lord. Thank you. അപ്പോൾ ടുഡേ നമുക്ക് എപ്പോഴും നമ്മൾ തുടങ്ങുന്ന പോലെ ആദ്യം നമ്മുടെ പീറ്റർ ജേക്കബ്സിന്റെ വാക്കിൽ കൂടെ നമുക്ക് തുടങ്ങാം.
The word of today, focused. You gotta stay focused to chase those dreams. If you're not focused, you will fit in someone else's dream. You know, they say that successful people is average people with focus. You gotta stay focused. It takes 30 days to change a habit. That's why you need those dreams to stay focused for 30 days. And if you do that, the best of your life will be the rest of your life, because you're not who you think you are. You are who you think you are.
So what we'll be going over today is we'll be going over Mindo. Basically all the 7 steps that we need to do for getting started. That's what we're going to focus on today. So as we all know, our goal is to reach ambassadors. So every day we have to keep our end game in mind, but focusing on the next step. So നമുക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും നമ്മുടെ ദൗത്യം അറിയാം, അംബാസഡർ എത്തുകയാണ് അല്ലേ? പക്ഷെ എത്തണമെങ്കിൽ അടുത്ത സ്റ്റെപ്പ് എന്താണ്? നമുക്ക് ഫോക്കസ് ചെയ്യണം. നമ്മുടെ ബിസിനസ്സിന് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് സക്സസ്ഫുൾ ആകാനായിട്ടുള്ള every trick of the trade is given to us by Peter Jacobson. Other that is there in Mindo. Our main product, company's foundation, company's mission. What is company's mission? Company's mission is to provide world-class education to our members. World-class education. So, Mindo nu പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ basic principles that we need, Mindo gives us. Mindo gives us to us. So let's focus on the courses that we have on Mindo. And today we're going to focus on how to get started. So everybody, എല്ലാവരും ഒരു പുതിയ ആളെ ചേർത്തിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ആദ്യം അവരെ കൊണ്ട് രജിസ്റ്റർ എല്ലാം ചെയ്യിപ്പിച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് you have to take them to Mindo. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് കേൾക്കാൻ പോവാണത്. We are going to listen to it today. So how do you go there? You go to Crowd1, log in, make sure everybody claims their loyalty points, huh? Everybody. Okay, I already claimed mine. Okay, go to my package and then go to Mindo and then we reach Mindo. So Mindo ikatha നമ്മൾ ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്ന കോഴ്സ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ Crowd1 click ചെയ്യുക, അതിൻ്റെ അകത്ത് 2 കോഴ്സുകളുണ്ട്. ഈ രണ്ടും വളരെ ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആണ്. കഴിഞ്ഞ ആഴ്ച നമ്മൾ 12 steps to success ആണ്. പൊതുവെ സക്സസ്സിന് പൊതുവെ ക്രൗഡ് വണ്ണിലല്ല, പൊതുവെ സക്സസ്സിന് എന്തൊക്കെ സ്റ്റെപ്പുകളാണ് ആവശ്യമാണ് അത് നിർബന്ധമായിട്ട് എടുക്കണം ആദ്യം. പിന്നെ അത് കിട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് അത് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞിട്ട് ആഫ്റ്റർ ദാറ്റ് ഗെറ്റിംഗ് സ്റ്റാർട്ടഡ്. 59 മിനിറ്റേ ഉള്ളത്, പക്ഷെ 7 സ്മോൾ ചാപ്റ്റേഴ്സ് ആണ്. അപ്പൊ നമുക്കത് ട്രാക്ക് ചെയ്യാനും പറ്റും. ഓരോ കോഴ്സുകൾ ചെയ്ത് കഴിയുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ഇങ്ങനെ ഗ്രീൻ ലൈറ്റ് വരും. അപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് ചെക്ക് ചെയ്യാനും പറ്റും എവിടം വരെ എത്തിയെന്നും. വി ക്യാൻ ചെക്ക് our progress. സോ ഇന്ന് നമ്മൾ the basic principles, Crowd1 ബിസിനസ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ടുള്ള ബേസിക് പ്രിൻസിപ്പിൾസ് ആണ് നമ്മൾ ഇന്ന് കേൾക്കാൻ പോകുന്നത്. അപ്പോൾ ഇത് കണ്ടിന്യൂസ് വോയിസ് അങ്ങോട്ട് പ്ലേ ചെയ്യാൻ പോവുകയാണ്. ആർക്കെങ്കിലും എന്തെങ്കിലും ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, anybody has any doubt, put it in the chat box. I will respond in the chat box. Okay? അപ്പൊ ഇത് ഇംഗ്ലീഷ് ആണ്. ആർക്കെങ്കിലും എന്തെങ്കിലും ഡൗട്ട് ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ, anybody has any doubt, in the chat box. Okay? So I'm going to start playing this now.
George, can you make me the co-host?
You are the co-host, right?
No, I left the meeting. So now,
Okay, hold on.
Yep.
Welcome to Crowd1. Get started. We believe you made a great decision to start your business with and through Crowd1. This is not going to be technical issues like how to handle your back office or how the compensation plan works, but rather a set of principles. They're going to help you build your business and develop yourself. So, welcome. What to expect. This chapter is about what you can expect from us, but also what we expect from you. Number 1, we will give you a carved out track or a cut path to follow. We have many experienced leaders that have years of experience in this industry that are here to help you step by step to build your business. We have a system which is easy to follow. We offer you this system which is proven and it works. The leaders will take you through the 4-step system, and where you later can bring your prospects through that process. Number 2, we have educational and support materials like this audio program and many others. There are also videos and books and other literature to help you understand how to build your business and to develop yourself. We focus a lot on personal development because we know there is their success. Number 3, meetings and seminars. We are a worldwide organization, and there are meetings everywhere around the world. We have seminars, webinars, and events. And that is to support you in recruiting and in the process of developing yourself. There are webinars and seminars for startup trainings, but also special webinars for leadership trainings. Number 4, personal counseling. An important step in your progress is the personal counseling. There will be successful leaders who regularly offers their help to counseling and to support you and to give you training and guidance on your path to success. Number 5, personal development. We take personal development seriously because we know what differs the have-nots from the haves is how they think. Like someone said, the difference is the have-nots never do any constructive thinking. If you look at the word personal development, it's 2 words. It's personal and development. So in an easy way, just start doing the things you didn't dare before. Start thinking like a winner. Start taking action no matter what. Because growth comes from doing. And action will change someone's attitude as much as attitude will change someone's actions. Be a great listener and start reading and listening to recommended motivational and inspirational stuff. Start building healthy relationships. Be honest and loyal. And we will be by your side on your road to success. So now, what do we expect from you? Number 1, a willingness to work hard and to never give up. Most people give up way too early, and actually right before they are achieving their goals. A willingness will show itself in your attitude. Well, there is a will, there is a way. And where there is a will, there is results. Number 2, a sincere, honest desire to succeed. Nothing will happen without a burning desire. In coming chapters, we will talk about finding your why. There's where the desire lies. Number 3, be ready to be coachable and to follow our system and have faith. even though you will doubt sometimes. Doubt will show its ugly face sometimes and say, what if? And I will turn that around and think, what if I succeed? Follow the system, have faith, and don't try to invent the wheel again. Number 4, integrity, ethics, honesty, and moral standards. Number 5, an ongoing commitment to grow as a person and developing yourself with our educational material. Stick to the winners and create a team who never ever will give up. To find your why. Why is it that some people always succeed and some people never succeed? I think all the evidence point at one thing. The people who succeed, they have found out why they're doing their business. So we're gonna try to help you find your why. When you find your why, how is going to be easy. Because why you're doing this business is the driving force behind everything you do. The why is going to give you focus. The why is the energy behind everything you will do. And the why is why you're getting out of bed every day to go out and fight for it. The why is the burning desire that you have. And the why is probably something connected to you. Let me explain. The why is not to be mixed up with goals. The why is probably something close to you, like your family, your kids, your parents, a financial situation that you need to get out of, or something like that. And when you find out your why, everything is gonna be easy. Because that will give you that energy, and no one can win over you. So you understand that your why is something that's really important to you. Something that is close to you. A situation to get out of, or to help yourself or someone. Your why is that important that you think about it all day long. And that will give you the energy and focus to go through anything. That's when you find your why. So good luck with that, and see you all on the top. Dreams and goals. So why does this chapter called Dreams and Goals? Well, a written down dream with a deadline turn into a goal. And dreaming is actually a natural part of life. It's something really unique to us humans. And if you look back when you were a kid, you were dreaming of a lot of stuff. You don't have to teach kids to dream, but now we're gonna help you find your goals. There's a great story regarding goal setting. There was this survey done at Yale University in the United States in the 1950s. And what they did, they took 2,000 of the senior students and had them fill out a form. A survey regarding their status, how they were feeling, and where they were going, and so on. And some interesting things popped up in the survey. 3% of the 2,000 students said that they had clearly written down goals. So after they finished up school, they knew where they were going. So 97% had no goals. So when they followed up this survey 25 years later, they had the student to fill out another survey, another form, with questions like what's their status, where they were living, how many cars, what kind of house, how they were feeling, and of course, their financial status. So what came out of this survey was that the 3% compared to the 97%, they said that they were feeling a little bit better than the 97%. And of course, it's hard to measure feelings. But something that you can measure is money. So listen now. What the study showed was that the 3% total amount of money was more than the 97%. Wow! When I heard this the first time, it blew my mind. So the 3% who had clearly written down goal, their total amount of money was more than the 97%. So when you write down your goals, when you know where you're going somewhere. Because if you don't know where you're going, where are you going? Nowhere. That's the importance of setting goals. So now you know the importance of setting goals. And now I will give you a couple of ideas so you can get going. There's 5 areas in life where people need or want a change. Let me explain. If I have a bag of money, let's say $1 million, and I'll go out in the street and do my own survey. Doesn't matter what city, what country I am in, I will get the same answers. I will ask them, I will give the money to you if you tell me what you will do for the money. The answer I will get back is, I will get a bigger house, I will buy a nicer car, I will travel, I will save some money, and I will take care of my family. So those are the 5 areas where you can get some ideas, where you can set some goals. You know, goals are so important for your business. And that's because we need something to look forward to. We need that extra energy. And since we all know that we think in pictures, we don't think in words, we think in pictures, you can clearly understand how important it is to have pictures of our goals. What am I talking about? Well, you can make a dream board. A dream board is pictures of the goals you have written down. A dream board could be anything. It doesn't matter. But I will conclude. When you set your goals, number 1, be specific. If you have a dream car, you gotta be specific. What kind of interior? What color is it? What rims? If you have a house as your dreams written down, how many rooms? What color of the house? Is it ocean view? Is it 2-car garage? Is it 3-car garage? You know, anything your mind can conceive and believe, you can achieve. And like I said, we think in pictures. We have 60,000 pictures a day in our head. This is no mystery. This is science today. Goal setting is so important for your business. So let's conclude. We know we have 5 areas where we can find some goals. Number 2, we know that we have to write them down. Number 3, there's gotta be an end date. Number 4, we got to be specific about our goals. And number 5, get some pictures of what you want. Build your own dream board that you can look at every morning when you get up. You can take a look at your dream board and say, wow, next month I have this car, or I'm gonna have this house, and so and so. But you have to do it. No one is going to do it for you. And it's so personal, so it's got to be you. So guys, just go ahead and write down your goals, put an end date, and build a dream board. Good luck. Products. So now to the products. Any business in sales without products is not a business. You don't have to be an expert on the products, but you have to do some essential stuff. Like number 1, use the product yourself. How can you recommend something to no one if you're not using it itself? The product, so to say. So number 1, be a massive user of the products. Number 2, just find some facts behind the products, or actually some advantages of the product, so you can easily talk about the product to other people. Because the product could lead to new prospects as much as a prospect could lead to using the product. So when we have our business, we gotta be proud of what we're doing. So you gotta be proud of the products that you have. So when you talk about them, people will get interested because you have energy behind your products. So like I said, you don't have to be an expert on the products. You just have to use them yourself and be excited about it. Because when you're excited, other people will get excited and they want to know what you're doing. Why is he or she so excited? Like I said, the products could give you new prospects. It's a really good way of leading the business. And it's also so easy to recommend a product that people already are using. So you don't have to invent the wheel once again. Just be excited about your products, talk about them, promote them, and use them yourself. That's the essence of products. The name list. So far, you have found your why, you've written down some goals, you learned a little bit about the products, and now you're gonna get some prospects for your business. So this chapter is only about names. And today it's really easy because everyone has a phone full of names. Everyone has an email list with names. So we have so many prospects that we want to show this business. But so far, this chapter is only about finding the names. And I will give you some ideas. First of all, I think it's good to write the names down on paper. I know it's old-fashioned, but listen to me. Your brain works like it will not pick up if you don't write it down. That's why when you do your goals, you need to write them down. And not in your phone or on your computer. You can do that too. But my suggestion is write it on a piece of paper. So let's say you start out with your top 20 list. You go through your phone or your email list and see who are my top 20. Then you can just keep on writing names until you get, let's say, 100 names on the list. And just to understand that all of us know a lot of people. I know that statistics shows that when you are 18 years old, you know around 800 people. And you don't have to know these people just to show them a business. But to get a good start, it's good that they know a little bit who you are, of course. So your phone is full of names. And if you get stuck, you can just go friends from church, old schoolmates, the dentist, the barber, the guy at the bank, some attorney that you know. Anyone could be interested in your business. And we are not in the convincing business. So write down all the names that pop up. Let's say you have 100 names and you need to fill up your list with some more names. Here's an example. Let's say you go to your barber and you explain to your barber you have a business opportunity, and the barber says no. Change barber. Yeah. So the name list, you need to fill it out, fill some new names when it pops up, and keep on filling your name list with names. Because when you write one name down, that will give you an idea to someone else. That's how our brain works. So get your phone, get your emails, and start writing. Because this chapter is only about the names. Next chapter is about making an action plan. Take action. So, these 6 chapters does not contain everything you need to know about building this business. It's like we said in the beginning, it's to get started. So remember, these are basic get started information. And to summarize, we found out our why, we wrote down some goals, we learned a little bit about the products, how to promote them, how to be excited about our products. We wrote some names down, and now we're gonna take action. So here is where the business really starts. And there's a saying, put them in, keep them in, and move them forward. So now it's time to take your name list and start from the top. And like I said in the previous chapter, if you have a top 20, you start with them. If you don't have a top 20, you just start on your name list. So now it's time to show people your business. And we have a system that is really easy to understand. And it contains of 4 blocks. The first block we call the first look. Here's where people get a chance to take the first look at the business. The second block is second look or webinar. The third block is education. And the fourth block is event. So if we start in the first block, first look. So I would suggest you make a 90-day plan. How many people are you gonna bring into the business your first 90 days? And I'm talking about personally sponsored. That means people that you sign up in the business. And the first look is so easy because today with the technology, you can do the first look with a short movie. You can send a text to someone just telling them, I have a great business coming up and I want you in. Some people will get interested. But most common is to send a short movie or send them to a webinar where there's some information. You can do a 3-way call with your sponsor. That's also a good way for a first look or first hearing. But the first look is only to get people interested. So you shoot them an email, you send them a text, you call them up just to get them interested. The second look is where they get the information. So the second look is usually a webinar with slides and a lot of information about the company and the compensation plan and actually how to get started. So when people have had a first look at the business, you bring them into the second look, what we call webinar, more information. You got to follow up. Write that down. Follow up. So in between the two blocks, there will go some time. And it should not go more than, let's say, 24 to 48 hours until they take a second look from the first look. And that's really important. It has nothing to do with nothing else than people tend to forget. And if it's too much time in between, they forget about your business and what it was all about. So you got to follow up in between. So okay, we have the first look, we have the webinar as the second look, and then we bring them to some education. That could be a Zoom meeting or a webinar that your sponsor is doing some training for the newly recruited people. It could also be Sunday school, which we have every Sunday. And then the fourth block, that's event. An event is probably not more than once a month. So these 4 blocks is where people go through and they will get information about the business and make a decision if they're gonna do it or not. And some people, they sign up at the first look. Some people, they need a second look. And some people need some education to be convinced. So don't be discouraged. People are different. Some make fast decisions and some wait a long time to make a decision. But remember, we are not in the convincing business. We're not here to convince people. We are here to show them an opportunity. And it's up to them to make a decision. Because remember, people convinced against their will are of the same opinion still. So you gotta go out and show this business to as many as you can. And then people will say yes. The beauty with our system is also that when people go through the system, through the first step to the second, to the third and the fourth, they are actually educating themselves. They're becoming motivated because they will get so much information that will motivate them to do this business. So at the same time we show people the business, we actually educate people. And don't be afraid. You don't have to know everything to get started. You will learn by doing. And so will others. Just remember, be friendly. Be friendly to all people, even if they say no. Because they don't say no to you. They just say no to an opportunity. And some people suffer from possibility blindness. It doesn't matter what you show them. They will say no to everything. But there are people out there who are looking for an opportunity like this. There are people out there who are in need for a change in their life situation. Those are the people that we're looking for. And those people exist on your name list. Among the names that you have, there are some doers, some leaders, some achievers that are just waiting for an opportunity like this. So just be friendly, because I have noticed something, and that is, even though people say no, they can come back later. They can come back after 2 months, 6 months, a year, 3 years. They will call you up if you're nice to them, because they will remember, wow, he was so professional. Or she was so professional with me. And he was so nice that I would like to work with him. And they can call you up and ask, are you still doing that business? And you will go, yes, I am. And then you can sign them up. Because you never know, the timing may be not right when you show them the business. We never know when the timing is right. We just here to show them an opportunity. They make the decision. And last but not least, you got to follow up. I can't be clearer. So we follow up after the first look. We follow up after the second look. We follow up after the third look. And we follow up after the fourth look. Always follow up. Because sometimes we think the people will call back and say, hey, I'm in. And some do. But you got to take control of your business. You got to be in charge. That's why you need to follow up. I can't stress it enough. And remember, 24 to 48 hours. Not more than that. So just before we go to the next chapter, a conclusion. We know why we're doing this business. We have found our burning desire. Number 2, we have written down some goals with a deadline and a date. We learned about the products, to be excited about them, and to use them ourselves so we can recommend them to others. We have written down some names, actually a lot of names. And 5, we make an action plan. And if you do this, the best of your life will be the rest of your life. Education and support. Education and support. Now it's time to transform fear into boldness. So here's how it works. Whatever you have today, whatever you don't have today, is the sum of all your thoughts up until today. It can't be no other way. Because to think is to create. So, what do we mean by that? Well, it's easy. Whatever car you're driving today is your thoughts up until today. So if you want another car, you got to think differently. We are a product of our environment. So most of us, we end up in life in a situation where we go like, is this it? And then we bump into a business like this, and someone tell us, no. This is not it. You can have more. You can do more. And like the old Zig Ziglar said, you gotta be before you can do, before you can have. So first, you gotta be more. You know, we are human beings. We're not human doings. So you gotta be more before you can have more. That's why we have education and support. So you can do some personal development. Remember that we said you are the most important person in your business. You are the one that's gonna set the pace, the values, and lead your people. Because the purpose of this business is to become a leader, to build your team. I know it sounds terrifying, but it's not. You know, William James, he said the inspiring words that the biggest discovery of mankind was that a human being can change his life if he just changes his attitude. Jim Rohn said, you can have more than you already got because you can become more than you already are. And I think that's the essence of life, to becoming more. We're here to learn stuff. And the thing is, when you are becoming, people will notice that change in you and they will be interested. That's where leadership starts. Leadership is not about creating a lot of followers. Leadership is about creating other leaders. But you can't give what you don't have. So first, you gotta become one, and then you can give. Education and support is also about there will always be someone that are interested in your success. So if you are interested in your success, you will get help. And there's so much that we can learn. We don't have to be super professionals about everything, but we at least have to learn the basic about the system, how to recruit, a little about leadership, and so on. You know, when you start taking action, you will come across things you never dared or wanted to do before. That means it will be a little bit scary because you're outside of your comfort zone. Your comfort zone is where you're comfortable. The things that you know. Maybe your couch in front of the TV with the remote control. Oh, it's so comfortable. But I can tell you, there is no growth inside the comfort zone. All that you want, all that you wrote down in your goal setting is outside your comfort zone. So when you grow as a person, you will become someone you have never been before. And like I said, that's attraction, because people will see that change in you, and you will attract other people to your business. Why are we talking about education? Why are we talking so much about personal development? Well, it's easy. If you take a look at the people who are really successful, they have some common denominators. The people who are not successful also have something in common. And I can tell you, you can become whoever you want to be. The only limits are the one you set on yourself. 90% or more of the people, they make all the decisions based out of fear. That's why we need some basic education, so we can learn that fear actually don't exist. And there's 3 key factors that you can start with. And the first one is attitude. Attitude is so important because that's who you are. That's you. Are you smiling? Are you happy? Do you think positive thoughts? And you know, you can change your attitude in a second, because the thoughts are always before the feeling. So thoughts come before the feeling. So if you want to change how you feel, you got to change the way you think. And it's only you that can do that. You are the master of your thoughts. You remember I said we have 60,000 thoughts a day, but only one at a time. So you can be in control of that single thought. An attitude is so easy to change. An attitude is the essence of all the successful people. According to studies made in US, 80% of the people will get their position or their job because of their attitude. So attitude is so important. The second one is commitment. And if you look up commitment in a dictionary, it says a decision with no return. If you are to be successful, if you want to do this business and become successful, you got to commit yourself. And it's not like, I use this example, you're walking up the aisle and you're gonna marry your wife or husband, and the priest says, will you marry this so and so? You will not go like, yeah, a little bit. Because that's not commitment. So you gotta marry this business. You gotta commit. You can't be a little bit pregnant. Either you're pregnant or you're not. So you're not a little bit pregnant. So you gotta become committed. And when you're committed, you will never stop. And you will just go on. And when you go on, you will succeed. And the third one is belief. And belief is as important as the other two. Because belief will move mountains, they say. So when you believe in yourself, the products, and the company, that will also affect your attitude. So you can walk into belief, and if your belief is strong enough, your attitude will change. Or your commitment. if you walk into commitment, your belief will change. You start believing more because you're committed. Or your attitude will change because of your commitment. So if you go into attitude, that will affect your commitment because your attitude is so good. Or it will affect your belief system. So those three are really important: attitude, belief, and commitment. So a little bit conclusion here. Unsuccessful people based all the decisions out of fear. Successful people have learned to have a great attitude, belief, and commitment, and just do it. And there's actually a good example of fear. You know, fear doesn't really exist. Only in your mind. It's how you think. And you know that 40% of the people, they have fear of stuff that already happened. So they walk around thinking about stuff that already happened. 40% of all the fear that people have already happened. You can't change that because it's already happened. Why worrying about something that already is gone? But people do that. 40%. Then 30%, they worry about stuff that hasn't happened and will not happen. So they're worrying about something that hasn't happened and will not happen. And then we have around 20% of people, they're worrying about that they are going to get sick, which will not happen. And a couple percentages worry about minor problems that they should solve anyway. So most of the worry and fear that people have is pointless. That's the first step in personal development. To learn that there's no success in fear. Your mind is your best friend, but it could also be your worst enemy. Because your mind is a powerful thing. If you really get that to think is to create, if you really get it, then you also know how powerful your mind is. I have a short story that tells us the power of our mind. So, this coach in basketball had his team, and he wanted to conduct some own experiment about how the mind works and how powerful our mind is. So he divided up the team. So one half of the team he told, you're gonna stay 3 hours extra after every practice, just shooting hoops, shooting the basketball in the hoop. The other half, he said, you are going to go home and see yourself shooting the hoop inside your mind. So they're kind of visualizing shooting the ball in the hoop. When they followed up a couple of months later, it showed that the half who actually stayed 3 hours practicing shooting had become around 20% better than they were before. But the study showed that the other half that were not in the gym shooting, they were home just visualizing shooting the hoop, had also become around 20% better. Wow, the power of the mind. So never underestimate yourself. You were born to win. You came here winning. You just need to get and follow some principles and a couple of easy steps. That's why we made this Get Started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's so much more, of course, but this is just the basics. I hope you enjoyed this, and if you didn't, you have to listen again. And listen, if you do this that we've been talking about here, the best of your life will be the rest of your life. Because you're not who you think you are. You are who you think you are.
So, ഇപ്പം നമ്മൾ ചെയ്തതെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് ആണ് നമ്മൾ ഉപയോഗിച്ചത്. മൈൻഡ് ഓഫ് വി യൂസ്ഡ് അവർ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ്. സോ ഇത് ഞാൻ ആദ്യം കേട്ടപ്പോഴത്തേക്കും ഭയങ്കര എളുപ്പം, എനിക്ക് തന്നെ എന്നെ തന്നെ മോട്ടിവേഷൻ ആയിരിക്കും ഇത് കേട്ടപ്പോഴത്തേക്ക്. സ്റ്റെപ്പ് ബൈ സ്റ്റെപ്പ് സ്ട്രക്ചർ, പോയിന്റ് ആഫ്റ്റർ പോയിന്റ് കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇറ്റ്സ് ഗിവൺ. ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക് ആയിട്ട് നമ്മൾ എഴുതി പോകും. സോ നമ്മുടെ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് നമ്മൾ ഉപയോഗിക്കുന്നു. ഇപ്പൊ നമ്മുടെ മറ്റുള്ളവർ, നമ്മളിതിപ്പോ നമ്മുടെ പുതിയൊരു ആളുടെ അടുത്ത് നമ്മള് മൈൻഡോയി കയറിയിട്ട് ഇത് കേൾക്കാൻ പറയണം. എന്നിട്ട് പിറ്റേ ദിവസം കേട്ടിട്ട് എങ്ങനെയുണ്ട് ചോദിക്കണം. പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് ഉപയോഗിപ്പിക്കണം. പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് ഉപയോഗിപ്പിക്കുമ്പം പിന്നെ ഇത് ആപ്പാണിത്. വണ്ടി പോകുമ്പോഴത്തേക്കും, കാർ ഓടിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് പോവുകയാണെങ്കിൽ കാർ കേൾക്കാം ഇത് വണ്ടി ഓടിച്ചുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ. സോ വണ്ടർഫുൾ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ കൂടെ ഉള്ളത്. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് നമ്മുടെ വൈൻഡപ്പ് ചെയ്യാൻ സെഷൻ ടൈമായി. ആർക്കെങ്കിലും എനി ക്വസ്റ്റ്യൻസ്? ജോമോൻ, ഹൗ ആർ യു? അൺമ്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യാവോ? So Manjula, what do you think about the resources that we have? What do you think about Mindo?
നല്ലൊരു ട്രെയിനിങ് സെഷൻ ആയിരുന്നു. ജോമോൻ is wanting to speak. Let him speak. ജോമോൻ പറഞ്ഞോളൂ.
ഇല്ല, വേറെ ഡൗട്ട്സ് ഒന്നും ഇല്ല സാറേ.
സിമ്പിൾ അല്ലേ? നമുക്ക് എല്ലാം ഇതിനകത്ത്. അപ്പൊ ഇത് ഗെറ്റിംഗ് സ്റ്റാർട്ടഡ് മാത്രം. നമ്മൾ ഓരോ ആഴ്ചയിലും ഓരോ ലെസണുകളാണ് ചെയ്യാൻ പോകുന്നത്. വളരെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് ലെസൺസ് ആണ്. എങ്ങനെയാണ് നമ്മൾ ഓഡിയൻസിനെ ബിൽഡ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, എങ്ങനെയാണ് മോട്ടിവേഷൻ കണ്ടെത്തുന്നത്, സോഷ്യൽ മീഡിയയിൽ ബിസിനസ് എങ്ങനെ ചെയ്യണം. ബിസിനസ്സുകാർക്ക് വേണ്ടിയുള്ള ഒരു സ്കൂളാണിത്, ഒരു യൂണിവേഴ്സിറ്റിയാണ് മൈൻഡോ. അപ്പൊ ബിസിനസ്സുകാരെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ആരാ? നമ്മുടെ ക്രൗഡ് വണ്ണിലെ മെമ്പേഴ്സ് അല്ല. കമ്പനിയുടെ മിഷൻ is to provide world class education. അത് നമുക്ക് മൈൻഡോയിൽ കൂടാണ് നമുക്ക് കിട്ടണം. അതും എല്ലാവർക്കും ആര് ജോയിൻ ചെയ്യുവാണെങ്കിലും 10 കൊല്ലത്തെ സബ്സ്ക്രിപ്ഷൻ ആണ് മൈൻഡോയിൽ കൂടെ കിട്ടുന്നത്. 10 കൊല്ലത്തെ, 10 years. ഒന്ന് ആലോചിച്ച് നോക്കിയേ, 10 years. സോ നല്ല റീസോഴ്സ് ആണ്. അതും ഞാൻ ബിൽഡ് യുവർ ഓഡിയൻസ് കേൾക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി. നല്ല അമേസിങ്. നമുക്ക് ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ഇത് ചുമ്മാ ഒരു പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് അല്ല, തല്ലിക്കൂട്ടിയ പ്രോഡക്റ്റ് അല്ല, ഇത് അറിഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടുള്ള പ്രോഡക്റ്റ്. സോ ഇറ്റ്സ് വെരി ഭയങ്കര ടൂളാണ് നമുക്ക്. ഓൾറൈറ്റ്, അപ്പൊ നമുക്ക് 2 സെഷൻസ് ഉണ്ട് ഇന്ന്. 8:30 സെഷൻ ഉണ്ട്, 10:30 സെഷൻ ഉണ്ട്. അപ്പോൾ Crowd1 എങ്ങനെയാണ് 1 മിനിറ്റിൽ ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ഇപ്പം അടുത്ത 5 മിനിറ്റില് നിങ്ങൾക്ക് വേണേൽ 2 ആൾക്കാരെ ഫോൺ ചെയ്യാം. ഓക്കെ, ഫോണ് ഏറ്റവും വേണ്ടപ്പെട്ട ആളെ എടുത്തോ. വേണ്ടപ്പെട്ട ആളെ എടുത്തിട്ട് 15 മിനിറ്റ് ഉണ്ട് മലയാളം മീറ്റിങ്ങിന്. ഇംഗ്ലീഷിനാണെങ്കിൽ സമയമുണ്ട്. 5-6 ആൾക്കാരെ കേട്ടിട്ട് നമുക്ക് ഇംഗ്ലീഷിന് വിളിക്കാം. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പൊ എന്താണ് ഏറ്റവും അത്യാവശ്യമുള്ള 5 പേരെ എടുക്കുക, എന്നിട്ട് വിളിക്കുക. അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് ബിസിനസ് ഉണ്ട്, വേൾഡിലെ നമ്പർ 1 കമ്പനി ആയിട്ട്. എന്റെ മീറ്റിംഗ് 15 മിനിറ്റുള്ളിൽ തുടങ്ങും. ലിങ്ക് ഇട്ടുകൊണ്ട് സമയമുണ്ടോ? ആ എക്സൈറ്റ്മെന്റിലോട് കൊടു, എന്നിട്ട് ലിങ്ക് അയച്ചോട്. ലെറ്റ്സ് സീ. ഒരു ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് ബിസിനസ് ഓപ്പർച്യൂണിറ്റി ഉണ്ട്. ഇവിടെ 15 മിനിറ്റുള്ളിൽ ഇത് ഓൺലൈൻ ബിസിനസ് ആണ്, വളരെ എക്സൈറ്റിംഗ് ബിസിനസ്. 37 മില്യൺ മെമ്പേഴ്സ് ആയി. ഞാൻ ഒരു ലിങ്ക് അങ്ങോട്ട് അയക്കാം, നീ ഒന്ന് കയറ്, നമുക്ക് നോക്കാം. അങ്ങനെ കോൺഫിഡൻസോടെ കൊടുത്തിട്ട് ഇന്ന് 2 സെഷനാണ്. ഇത് നമ്മുടെ 2 സ്റ്റാറിന്, our 2 stars we'll find today. Okay, so Manjula, you want to give a vote of thanks and wind up the session?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, George. Good evening, everyone. ഇന്നത്തെ സെഷൻ വളരെ ഇൻട്രസ്റ്റിംഗ് ആയിരുന്നു. ശരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാല് പീറ്റർ ജേക്കബ്സൺ സാറിന്റെ ആ ഓരോരോ വേർഡ്സിലും ഞാൻ എന്നെ തന്നെ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ എനിക്ക് എന്നെ തന്നെ ഒന്ന് എന്താ പറയണ, ഇവാലുവേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാനും അനലൈസ് ചെയ്യാനും ഭയങ്കരമായിട്ട് സാധിച്ചു. ബിക്കോസ് ഈ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ, അതിൽ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ഒരു നോ എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്, നമ്മൾ നോ പറഞ്ഞല്ലോ. ഇപ്പൊ ഞാൻ തന്നെ ക്രൗഡ്1 എന്ന് പറയുന്ന ഒരു എന്റെ അടുത്ത് ഇൻട്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്തപ്പോൾ നോ പറഞ്ഞ ഒരാളാണ്. പക്ഷെ പിന്നീട് ആ നോ യെസ് ആയി മാറാൻ അധികം സമയമൊന്നുമില്ല. അപ്പൊ ആ ഒരു റിലേഷൻഷിപ്പ് തന്നെ മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടിരുന്നു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ, നമ്മളോട് നോ പറഞ്ഞ ആൾക്കാരോട് നമ്മളുടെ ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ് കൊണ്ടും നമ്മളുടെ ബിഹേവിയർ കൊണ്ടും നമ്മൾ അവരുടെ അടുത്ത് നല്ല രീതിയിൽ തന്നെ നമ്മൾ നിൽക്കുവാണെങ്കിൽ സാരമില്ല. അവരുടെ നോ അന്നത്തെ ഒരു സാഹചര്യം കൊണ്ട് പറയുന്ന ഒരു നോ ആയിരിക്കും. അപ്പൊ അത് കുഴപ്പമില്ല, നമ്മൾക്ക് അവരുടെ തെറ്റല്ല എന്ന് കരുതിക്കൊണ്ട് ആ ഒരു റിലേഷൻഷിപ്പ് തന്നെ നമ്മൾ മെയിൻറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്ത് പോയി കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ആ നോ ഒരു പക്ഷെ നാളെ യെസ് ആയി മാറാം എന്നാണ് പറയുന്നത്. അപ്പൊ കുറെ കാര്യങ്ങൾ അതില് നമ്മളെല്ലാവരും ലീഡേഴ്സ് ആണ്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ സക്സസ്ഫുൾ ആകാൻ വേണ്ടി തന്നെ ജനിച്ച ആൾക്കാരാണ്. അത് നമ്മൾ സ്ട്രോങ് ആയിട്ട് ബിലീവ് ചെയ്യുക, നമ്മളിൽ തന്നെ വിശ്വാസം അർപ്പിക്കുക ആദ്യം, പിന്നെ കമ്പനീനെ വിശ്വസിക്കുക. പിന്നെ ഭയം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇതിൽ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ തന്നെ നടക്കാത്തൊരു സംഭവമാണ് ഭയം എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. നമ്മൾ ആവശ്യമില്ലാതെ ആലോചിക്കുന്ന ഒരു സംഭവമാണ് ഭയം. ആ ഭയത്തെ നമ്മൾ മാറ്റുക. നമ്മൾക്ക് മുൻപോട്ട് പോകാനുള്ള യാത്രയില് നമ്മൾക്ക് പോകാനുള്ളത് നമ്മൾ വരച്ച്, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മുടെ ഗോൾസ് സെറ്റ് ചെയ്ത് വെക്കുക, ഡ്രീംസ് എഴുതിയിടുക ഒക്കെ. ഞാൻ ഈ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ ഞാൻ ശരിക്കും പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇത് ഫോളോ ചെയ്തിട്ട് എന്റെ ഡ്രീം ബോർഡ് ഞാൻ സെറ്റ് ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. ഇനി അതിൽ ഡേറ്റ്സ് എഴുതിയാൽ മാത്രം മതി. അപ്പൊ താങ്ക് യു ജോർജ് ഫോർ ദിസ് വണ്ടർഫുൾ സെഷൻ. എല്ലാവർക്കും കേട്ടവർക്കൊക്കെ ഇത് വളരെയധികം യൂസ്ഫുൾ ആകും എന്ന് തന്നെ കരുതുന്നു. നമ്മൾക്ക് അടുത്ത മീറ്റിംഗ് അടുത്ത് തന്നെ തുടങ്ങുകയാണ് ഒരു 10 മിനിറ്റിനുള്ളിൽ. 5555.
Could I add something? Jay, can you hear me? Jay, can you hear me? Jay, can you hear me? Jay. Okay, Karpil, I think I can't. His network may be bad. Okay, sorry, Manjula, why don't you close the meeting?
സോ നമ്മൾക്ക് എല്ലാവർക്കും അടുത്ത ആഴ്ചത്തെ സെഷനിൽ ഇതുപോലെ നല്ല എന്തെങ്കിലുമൊക്കെ പുതിയ ഇൻഫർമേഷൻസ് കിട്ടാൻ വേണ്ടി നമ്മൾക്ക് കാത്തിരിക്കാം. അപ്പൊ until then, it's signing off Manjula.
Signing off, Crowd1. Impossible is
Signing off Manjula, yeah. Thank you.
impossible is nothing. Thank you.